Don't fuck up. Don't fuck yourself. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Rude Cooking School podcast. I'm your host, John Hauser III. And with me this week, sitting in front of a Mini Cooper wrapped in a Big Boys bail bonds pen wrap is...
That's my name. That's my name. It's Evan the Mayor. It's my favorite car.
Wait a minute. Your name's Big Boy bail bonds car?
Yeah, Big Boy bail bonds car.
Big Boy.
I legally changed it.
That is a Mini Cooper, right?
I think so.
That's what was getting me tripped up. I was like,
I can't even remember if I took this photo or not. It's about a decade old.
For anybody listening, Big Boy's bail bonds is a bail bonds place around here that's famous for their pens because they made 8 gazillion of them and then had the fucking foresight to just drop off 30,000 of them at every place in Baltimore that anyone was. So everybody has one of those pens. I got one somewhere around here.
I don't know that I do. And if we do, it is not intact because the number one thing that happens to these pens is someone will take it and break off the little clippy part.
Right. Yeah. They were cheap.
They're cheap, but everywhere. Just an icon of Baltimore.
And they're yellow and bright pink. Like, yeah, you can see those things. They're pretty great.
How would you, as a person who's in graphic design, what would you call this font?
Tiger King.
I think you might be right.
It's like it would be named like Safari or Tundra.
It's like a very like I'm trying to be edgy, but I'm white trash.
Yeah. If it made a sound, it would be like, you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's a terrible font, but it's for Big Boys bail bonds. Yeah, it's like when you say it that font sounds like this, that kind of thing.
BigBoysPens.com. I wonder if you could like request some pens.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Because they literally just drove around in this car and would drop them off at every bar and restaurant in the entire area.
Is it pens plural?
Big Boys with a Z, pens plural.com.
Okay, got it. Oh, domain's dead.
Oh!
You can buy it now for $3,000 and $3,095.
Huh.
Yeah.
What if I could make that back just selling the pens? You know, like, hey, you want some Big Boys pens?
Are they still around?
I don't know. Big Boys with a Z, bailbond.com.
Yeah, looking right now. It stupid autocorrected to an S. Wait a minute. Oh, they're permanently closed.
Oh, okay. That would explain the lack of pens.
Yeah, they were in Essex. Yeah.
Yeah, I think most East Baltimore based bail bond companies don't last all that long.
Well, they were like the one to go to. They have a Facebook page. And their last post was from November 10th, 2013. and it's a blur. It's Here, hold on. I got to pull you in on this one because it makes no sense for a bail bonds thing to be like, this is a picture that we're going to share, but sure. So describe to the people what you're seeing here.
Well, I haven't read the caption yet, but it is a very blurry photo of a bar.
Very blurry.
And the pens are on the left, hanging on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, Ravens Nation, can you spot the Big Boys pens at Mother's in Federal Hill?
Yeah.
First comment on the wall inside the cup. That is so funny because that comment is from 4 years ago, but the post is from 12 years ago.
Yeah. And there's another fucking thing from 8 years ago. It says, my name is Michael somebody, and I work at WPN Scrapyard in Curtis Bay. I was thinking I see a lot of shell. We say people that might need your services on a daily basis. If I'd had a way of advertising for you, I think it will be to bring in some revenue for you. Where are we going with this?
Whoa.
Oh, for you guys, summer's coming up. Michael Ware t-shirt. Michael Ware was an old Raven, by the way. Michael Ware t-shirt every day. Wait, what? Okay, I'm not. He puts his phone number out there. I'd be more than happy to advertise for your compensation is negotiable. Okay. Fucking good Christ. Oh, welcome to a food cooking school podcast.
Where we talk about pens.
Yeah. And bail bonds of days of yore.
I didn't realize that, well, I mean, I'm sure they were around a little bit after 2013, but.
Yeah. It's been that
was
long.
a long time ago. Yeah. It's crazy.
So then your picture's got to be at least 8. Yeah. You said about 10 years old. So yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going, man? How you doing?
Living.
Yep.
Surviving.
I'm gonna try to keep it positive. I'm not gonna try to do what I did last time and throw some bummer posts in there. There is an egg post that I got in here. I'm gonna warn you, but it's not what you think it is, and it's kind of. I can see you doing this because you're a maniac, and we'll get into it later.
Okay. So our Discord does have an ongoing thread that all we do is post the price of eggs when we go to the store.
Oh yeah.
Eventually, I'm just going to. We can probably just look this up on Google and it would get us a graph a lot faster. But I'm going to take all this data and make a graph and be like, here's the price of eggs before. Here's the price of eggs now. It's the only thing we're talking about.
I'm flush with eggs right now because I went to BJ's. And they have them, I think it's 2 18, is it 18s? Something like that. Or it's 18 eggs. No, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, it was like $18. It was $18.
For 36 eggs?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. So, but I always pay for like the expensive eggs. So $6 a dozen for me still works out, but now they're not them good eggs.
Yeah. I think at the Harry Teat, they're $5.49 a dozen.
Yeah.
Give or take.
So I just got one flat of 36 and we don't really go through eggs that much, but I did make, because they're just kind of sitting. I did make a really awesome egg curry this week that was really, 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 really good.
Cool. Yeah, it's weird. We don't have any eggs in the house right now, and we probably won't for a while. But it is just nice having them around.
Yeah, I mean, they go in a lot of things.
Hey, they do. They're very versatile.
So speaking of cooking, have you been cooking anything lately? You eaten?
So this past week was the first week that we haven't been doing the meal box stuff.
Gotcha.
I made Italian wedding soup.
Nice.
Some lasagna soup.
Okay.
Wait, no, Hannah made that. Valentine's Day we went out for Korean barbecue, but I'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, otherwise I've been making very basic stuff. Because Hannah's in her final semester of law school and she's getting home pretty late.
Yeah. And,
I don't want to spend a whole lot of time cooking something that's probably going to be lukewarm by the time she gets home. So a lot of pasta dishes and that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
But Valentine's Day, we were like, okay, we're going out for Korean barbecue because it's probably not going to be all booked up like some Italian restaurant or whatever.
Sure.
That Thursday night I made stuffed peppers with a bunch of leftover Italian sausage that we had, and it was delightful. But we went to Young Cock, as they call it, Chunka. I think that is the actual pronunciation based on some reporting I did a long time ago, and it was bad. It was bad.
Okay, so you were saying this beforehand. I didn't answer this question.
Yes.
How bad?
Pretty bad. So one of the things that we loved getting is the Korean fried chicken there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Super crispy, really nice flavor going on. The fried chicken, I think it tasted as if they took a baked chicken and then breaded and fried it briefly.
Oh.
It wasn't crispy. It was how you bite into a baked chicken and it's just kind of
yeah.
You would eat it with a fork and knife. You would not tear it into it with your teeth, holding it, as a piece.
Right. It was kind of mushy.
Mushy. Yes. It wasn't. There was no bite to it. It was mushy. So that was really disappointing because the chicken platter, it's a lot of chicken, but it is $23.
It's expensive. Yeah.
Yes. Which, by the way, we got Popeyes on Saturday. Also very expensive now.
Yeah.
An eight piece is like $22.
You got to mortgage your house to get KFC. I had a hankering for KFC like a year ago, and this was a year ago. And when I got done, like, because I was like, I'll be smart and order ahead on their app. It was like $55. And I was like, yeah, I'm not ordering this.
I got a 5 combo because I wanted to get Hannah a Diet Coke. They did not include the Diet Coke. They did not give me my dipping sauces that I requested.
Oh, no. God damn.
And I got an 8-piece with like a biscuit and a couple of sides, and it was $57 after
Holy
like
shit.
Yeah, fees and and a tip for the driver.
Oh, because you got it. Oh wow. I was going to pick up. You were getting it delivered. Yeah, that shit's.
It was cold and raining, and I was like, bah,
No, I get it, but that's still fucking highway robbery.
But going back to the barbecue, they have gotten to the point where they are basically cooking it for you on the burner and rushing you a bit. And we had to stop them at one point. We're like, we're going to take our time if you don't mind. Like, please just let us handle this. We know how to cook this food ourselves. And they were like, oh, okay, no problem. And then 10 minutes later, somebody else comes by and just starts cooking, and the meat was not marinated for the most part. And because people were just coming by and fiddling with the burner themselves, a lot of it got burnt. So it was just burnt meat with no marinade. We still had the, garlic oil or the sesame oil, soy paste, the salty paste, the stuff that you can dredge it through.
Banchan, yeah.
And the banchan was fine. It was just fine. And even the steamed egg was just like broth, 2 eggs, boom, that's it. They didn't put any green onion on it or any sesame seeds or anything. It was just kind of
that sucks.
Underwhelming.
That place usually is awesome.
Yeah, but I think the last 2 times we've been, it has been similar to that.
The last time we saw you there?
I think so. But the chicken this time was the thing that made me cry. I was just like, oh, God. Because for the 2 of us, it was like $120.
Yeah. That sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Guess where I went to it wasn't for Valentine's Day, but it was the day after.
Bunnies.
Fogo de Chao.
Oh, Fogo.
I've never been to a Fogo de Chao ever in my life.
God, I went to the one downtown.
I will never be back to Fogo de Chao.
I went to the one downtown for my second bachelor party because a lot of the people who couldn't make it to Austin, I was like, all right, we'll just go out and eat and go to the Block. And we did not go to the Block. The Block is mostly abandoned now.
Yeah.
And very scary. But yeah, that Fogo de Chao is woof. Talk about rushing you. They're just they'll drop off a couple plates and leave and come back 20 minutes later. And we're like, yo, can we get all this stuff? They're like, yeah, we'll be back. But they are doing everything they can to get you the fuck out of there so they can turn over your table.
Weirdly enough, and it was packed. We went Saturday night, but it was 6 o'clock. And I wasn't even thinking, it was for Crosby's birthday party. He wanted to go, for his birthday, just the family, just me, him, and Leanna. But he wanted to go to the place that he had magically heard about where you just put up a sign and they bring you meat because he just loves meat, right? And we get there and I'm like, oh shit, today's the day after Valentine's Day. And it was fucking packed.
Yeah.
We didn't have to wait long, probably 10 minutes to get seated. And I didn't realize that it was I don't like enclosed spaces. I don't like a lot of people. This place is huge and it's fucking packed to the gills. Everybody's in sardines. And then I didn't realize you had to get up and go get your food if you get the just unlimited meat thing. So you got to walk through all these fucking people. Then you got your plate and all that shit. I will say most of the food was really, really good. I was like, oh shit, wow, this is way more surprising at how good it was. There was a couple things small bits of chicken, they had a Parmesan chicken and a garlic chicken that weren't good because they were small cuts and were just left on too long and they got super hard. But we had lamb, we had steak, bunch of kind of steak. We had chicken thighs, all kind of shit. We got halloumi covered in honey that was really fucking good. There was a guy walking around with that. And the sauces and stuff that I got up at the Fixin's table or whatever the fuck that is. Everything. I just got like a bunch of stuff to accompany steak. I was like, I'm not getting salad. I'm not getting, whatever, the vegetables. I got a couple vegetables. I got some asparagus and some zucchini. But after I started grabbing, I realized that stuff was all cold. So I was like, okay, I got to just stop on that. But I got a bunch of peppers and a bunch of, garlic confit and just stuff that you can eat with the meat. Their mashed potatoes that they brought to the table were really good. And those little rolls are fucking awesome. They're like cheese puffs, kind of like gorgères almost. Solid food, very expensive. They did trick us into getting a bottle of water because they were like, okay, what kind of water do you want? Do you want sparkling or still or what? And I was like, oh, I'll take still. Not realizing they meant still water in a bottle. Yeah,
it's not tap.
Right. So I was like, fuck, I should have said tap. Like I wasn't thinking. I was so overwhelmed with the noise and the people. And when we left and we got there like 6-something, like 6:15, probably sat by 6:25. We left at 8:15. We were there for a while. They did fuck up. I got one drink to start. They gave it to me. It was terrible. Next time I just got like a gin and soda water. It took them 35-40 minutes to get it to me. And we asked them four times.
And most of those tables are 9 tops. So it was rare to the point that somebody was coming by to offer us food that every time they did, we took it.
Right.
But we wound up only getting like one of each of the things.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, fuck, we're going to have to sit here for 3 hours if we really wanted to stuff ourselves.
We had to flip over the stop sign at times because people were just berating us with food. But then, me and Leanna are done in fucking bottomless pit across the tables, like more. And we're like, all right. So we're like we're flagging dudes down and shit. And he had a good time and that's all that matters. But I was like, I'm not mad that I paid for it, which is good because it was expensive as shit. Like it was the final fucking price for everything was astronomical for a place like that. But the food was good, so I can't complain about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, it was an experience. We did it and fine. But never again. I have been cooking, speaking of lamb, I bought a leg of lamb at BJ's sort of as a whim because it was like way cheaper than steak. And I've never cooked lamb because Leanna doesn't eat it because babies. And I'm like, all right, I've had lamb a couple times out and I really like it. So I was like, fuck it, let's get it. So, I dry brined it overnight, put it in the oven. I watched a zillion videos. I didn't want to put it on the grill. Next time I will put it on the grill to get that nice char. Took most of the fat off of it on the outside because apparently the gaminess comes from the fat because that fat has a very low smoke point and it gives a bad flavor to the meat. So it was really good. I made so crazy. It was a whole boneless leg of lamb, and only me and Crosby have been eating it. So I froze the other half, and tonight we're gonna finish off the first half. Last night I made like cheesesteak style lamb steaks.
Okay.
So lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, cheese, lamb, that kind of shit. Mayonnaise.
Hero.
What's that?
Like a hero?
Yeah. No. Like a cheesesteak.
Like a hero?
No, not like a gyro.
Like a hero.
Yes. But that was really good. For Crosby's birthday, we always go to Diablo Donuts. So I went to Diablo on that same Saturday that we went to Fogo and they had a Valentine's Day thing that I was like, oh shit, that's really smart. It was like 2 dozen donuts for like $30, but they were smaller. They weren't, because normally their donuts are pretty big. And I was like, holy shit, these are like the perfect size donuts. And they were fucking amazing. Their donuts are so good.
Are they in Brooklyn now?
No,
still?
No, they left.
They moved to like Catonsville, didn't they?
No, they're up in oh shit, I don't know what they call it. It's the second exit off of on 695 when you come off of 95. No, you don't know.
Catonsville.
No. I what the fuck is it's?
It's like Arbutus, basically, isn't it?
No. It's Hanover. They got them at Hanover Street. That's not They're not on Hanover Street anymore. They're on Bel Air. They're in Nottingham, Bel Air Road.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Nottingham's like southeast of Catonsville.
They might still have something in Hanover Street, but I doubt it. I don't think they still have a place there.
Yeah, because
that's where them and the smoking
and smoking swine closed.
Right. Which I talked about in our last episode. R.I.P. True.
Yeah,
that sucks. He was fucking the nicest dude ever. But yeah, got their donuts and that was awesome. I'll be posting pictures of all this stuff tomorrow on the Facebook page and a Blue Sky page. I've been making a lot of pizzas lately, so that's been fun. Just because,
I got to get back into making some pizzas because I've been wanting like a good homemade pie.
Well, last time we talked, did I talk about Crosby and I making baguettes?
Yes.
Okay. So from that, I've been obsessing with dough again and realizing that like a really good way to just make really airy pizza is to just keep folding it. And in a pinch, whereas before I would just make it and let it sit for 2 hours and not fuck with it. Now I'm constantly folding it like every 15 minutes for the first hour and then folding it every 30 minutes after. And then the texture is so much better. And the lift you get in the oven spring, is so much better. But yeah, I've been enjoying making pizzas that aren't like super sticky or, I got good parchment paper again. So like I've made a couple tray, kind of Detroit pizzas or grandma pies, but I've also made like round pizzas that I just put on a piece of parchment and then let it cook for 5 minutes and then pull the parchment out. The parchment I bought from, I think it was like Rite Aid or something. It was just the worst. It would stick to the dough and then you'd have to rip it off and it was embedded and it burned and it was a mess. Yeah, totally. Yeah, so that's kind of where I am. Oh, I made, I'll post pictures of this too. A friend of the show, JJ, like a year ago sent me a can of hot dogs.
Okay.
From England. And I've just had them as like a mascot forever. And I was like really grossed out by it. Yeah. So he sent me a can of hot dogs and it's just been a mascot. And I was just like, fuck it. I'm going to do it because I had a hankering for pigs in the blanket. And again, making my own dough and made the dough. And then I buffered it. I hedged my bets by actually getting a real pack of hot dogs, and made them. And good God, I have had the worst hot dogs, friend, you have ever tasted in your life, and they are canned hot dogs. Crosby and I, as a joke, took a shot of the hot dog juice in the can.
Ew!
Oh my God! It was like fucking smoky, salty wiener water. Yeah. So that was interesting, but the other hot dogs were really good. I posted them on the Blue Sky page and some guy out of nowhere. So this is how I know Blue Sky's got the juice now. Some guy came out of nowhere and was like, "Those suck. They're not real pigs in a blanket. How dare you? It's not even good dough. Call yourself cooking school."
It has finally reached appropriate levels of social media.
Yeah. So I was like, "Hey, guess what?" Blocked. Didn't respond. Just blocked him. It felt great. It's like, you know what? I don't need that shit. Not even going to respond. Not pigs in a blanket. I'm sorry they're not cocktail weenies, dude. But yeah.
Don't you get out of here.
He's like, the color's bad. Like, it was just all in caps kind of too. Just fucking blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, you're blocked. Go fuck yourself, shithead.
Yeah, take that.
But I liked them a lot. I made a dipping sauce out of basically all the toppings from a Chicago dog and kind of just blended it all together. was really fucking good. So just, pickles, mustard, ketchup, or no ketchup, pickles, mustard, the relish, hot peppers, celery, salt, all that shit that goes. Oh, and tomatoes. So yeah, ketchup, and then mix it all together as a dipping sauce. It was fucking great. It's like
hot dog dip.
I just came up with a new thing. I'm sure I'm the first one that did it.
Ever.
Yeah, and okay, just on pizza again before we get into the food news. Friend of the show, Paulie G's pizza restaurant came out last night that they're closing after tonight's service, and that really sucks.
They have a good run. Had a good run.
Yeah, 9 years. It sounds like what Kelly posted. They just kind of haven't really gotten their legs up under them since COVID.
There.
I know that he had got like different kind of ovens too to make it easier, because those ovens are like a full-time job keeping them hot, and it's a lot of costs a lot of money to put wood in them, and so I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if it's a landlord situation. It sounds like it's not. I don't know if he owns that building. I think he might. But he was saying in his farewell post that he was trying to get somebody in to split the space with him, because that place is huge.
It's big.
It's real big. So he was saying maybe he'll see people in the future either there with someone else or at another place. And he said in Hamden, slinging pies. So yeah, that stinks. It was a really nice space. Their pizzas are the best I've ever had in Baltimore. Their back room was fun as shit. A lot of good cocktails. A lot of really interesting pizzas that he developed himself too.
What are the pizza places in Hamden now?
I have no idea.
Because Art House is gone, and now Paulie G's.
I mean, there's that takeout place on the corner down from Atomic. Yeah. I mean, their pizza is really good. Normal corner store pizza. Yeah,
Philly's best.
Right. Yeah, is that what it's called?
Well, there's like King Pizza. There's Philly's Best. Like that, yeah, there's all those like old school little used to be Greek people takeouts. I get
a bad feeling about Hamden making it through the next couple years with like landlords are fucking out of their goddamn minds at this point. There's so many places around us that are closing just because they're like, but it's Fells Point. And you're like, yeah, but nobody fucking like, do you remember the place that used to be Fletcher's and was the second, what was it? Bad Decisions?
Bad Decisions. Yeah.
There was a place there. I don't even think they've been open for 2 months.
Yeah. That particular spot is really, really tricky.
Cause there's no foot traffic.
It's also huge, and I don't know. There just doesn't seem to be a good fit for it. I remember immediately after Bad Decisions closed, it became a place called Sir Duke.
Yeah.
And it was a bar, but it was also a liquor store.
Yeah.
And it didn't last very long. Yeah. Nothing that goes in there lasts very long.
Nothing has lasted long there. I mean, It was great when it was Fletcher's because that made sense. Like it was bar on the bottom.
It was a rock show.
A rock club upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but now the way that, people perceive Fells Point as being unsafe and or dangerous,
but also high level in terms of price.
Right. Nobody walks out of the Fells Point proper streets. They don't come off Thames or, the other one.
Alexander,
yeah. Or what's the one that goes right down the middle?
Broadway?
Yeah, thank you. God damn. I lived here for 20 years. But people don't come off those streets. They don't go all the way down that way. So like opening a place there is fucking, you might as well just burn money.
Yeah, about the farthest people will go is to that corner where Doodah's is, and oh gosh, the
but that's still in proper.
It is. But then once you make that turn, you're not going all the way up to Bond Street or not Bond Street. Whatever Eastern Avenue. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's going all that way up.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's fucking crazy. You know, I know there's a bunch of taquerias opening up, which is great.
Yeah, they're all opening up like wildfire. I mean, not just the sort of carry-out places either.
No,
there's a taco place that is opening right here on the corner, with another taco place opening on the other corner across from a liquor store, which is closing because they're being evicted by the guy that owns the building.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so like the community is losing a really good liquor store that everyone likes to go to because of greedy landlords.
Yeah. The other, like, it was funny because I was reading about a new taqueria in my neighborhood that they've officially named that part of like Eastern Avenue Taco Row. So
Okay.
get ready for that nomenclature to I don't know.
I'm fine with there being a taco row, but I do think that tacos are fucked out at this point, and I'm tired of them.
Oh, I'm not. I eat them all the time. That's what I had for Valentine's Day.
For me, like, tacos are basically, it's just, I like them. I'll eat them and I'll make them. I'll do that anytime. I don't care, but I don't seek them out. If somebody tells me these are the best tacos I've ever had, I'm like, I don't believe you.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to have the best tacos in Baltimore right around the corner from me. So,
yeah, but what was it? The one place that was making their own tortillas and was getting death threats from Trumpers, they closed.
Yeah. Oh, Cochina. Yeah. Yeah.
De Luchadora.
Yeah. Yeah. That sucked.
Yeah.
I love Taqueria del Parque.
Yeah.
El Sabor del Parque, because they have
all the white people on Reddit really love that one.
Well, because it's a regular fucking taqueria. It's not like, it doesn't cater to white people. You can get pig lips and cheeks and you know, ears, and that's all my favorite shit. Like, I love that kind of stuff. And they have this.
There's one that's very far down on Eastern, on the edge of Highlandtown before Greektown, and I think it's called oh shit, I forget what it's called, but it's basically like mermaid themed. It's
the same people that own El Sabor.
Oh, okay.
They own like three places. That's their nightclub. And then across the street from that, they have like a Tex-Mex place. It's like sit down breakfast spot too. And that's really fucking good.
Yeah. I have always enjoyed the tacos at that mermaid place. Because you can get a really big michelada for like $8.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking great. But yeah, they do whatever they got going on now. Like, they have websites and like ways to get their menu that's easy, because that was the problem before, is if you lost their menu, it was like, all right, now I'm going to go walk to the place just to get the menu to walk back. And, you know, because nobody would have pictures of it online and shit. And, but like, you know, it's pretty bare bones. They have platters, they have tacos, they have amazing burritos. They do a burrito where you can get 2 meats in it. And it's fucking incredible. So,
if you want to try a good, decent Tex-Mex type spot, it's shoot, now I can't remember it. We get it all the time. Hold on, I will look it up. You vamp.
Okay, yeah, sure. Hello, children. Let's count. 1, 2. I'm vamping. Get it? Vamping.
Poblano Grill on Howard Street.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've seen
I got a burrito from them a week or two ago for like $11.95. It was spicy as hell. It had fresh chunks of jalapeno in it, and it weighed like 2.5 pounds or something like that.
Wow. Yeah.
It was a chonky.
That's
and
good.
It was great. Like, everything we get from them is always really filling and very generous portions.
That's good.
Except for the queso. Don't get that. The queso fundido is a ripoff.
Queso fundido is a bad thing to order to get delivered anyway. Most of the time.
It came in like a little ramekin, and it was $4, and it was just cheese.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to food news.
Hell yeah, food news.
So, with the thing that's going on with egg prices, there's an interesting thing that is happening at Trader Joe's. So,
People are fist fighting over eggs.
Egg prices across the country are soaring, and it's impacting everything from our weekly grocery runs to the cost of an omelet at Waffle House. According to federal data, the average cost for a dozen eggs has reached nearly $5 this January. the highest price in a decade. That's just for January. This is now a month and a half later. The limited supply is due to the growing avian flu crisis, which means shelves are more sparse than usual or completely empty, like my local Safeway. So shoppers are reaching for egg varieties they don't typically buy. And one particular egg offering at Trader Joe's can make a lot more than breakfast. So TikTok user at the California home recently posted a video of her buying a carton of fertilized chicken eggs at Trader Joe's. She took them home. She placed them in an incubator. And guess what? She had chickens.
Yes. That's how that works.
As cute as the newborns are, we're stuck on the fact that Trader Joe's sells fertilized eggs and in nearly identical packaging as the standard eggs. Users online responded at the TikTok video with a mix of awe and disgust. And then someone was like, oh my God, now I can't eat eggs. And another person's like, please say that's not real. It's like, yeah, did you know what fucking eggs are? But
the real question is, how much are they?
I think they're just the same price. They're like, I'm looking at a picture.
That's great.
Yeah. The picture I'm looking at
I could
right
have
now,
infinite eggs for $6.
Well, and that's where you come in. So we immediately rushed to our refrigerator to check that we didn't I'm reading this article. Inadvertently buy them from the local TJs, but it would help but wonder, why would they sell fertile eggs in the first place? Why would people even want to buy them? And are they safe to consume in the midst of a bird flu crisis? So they looked into it. Trader Joe's describes their fertile eggs as ones that were, quote, laid by hens in contact with roosters, end quote. That doesn't necessarily, it's better than being like, these chickens got railed. That doesn't necessarily mean every egg in every carton can hatch. Of the dozen that were incubated in the TikTok video, only 8 yielded chicks. Mm-hmm. And to dispel any misconceptions, you're not going to crack a fertile egg for an omelet and discover an embryo, even if the egg is successfully fertilized.
You might see a little bit of a bone. I mean, like a blood vessel.
Right. It's refrigerated right away, and the incubation process is halted. The only way you could theoretically end up with homegrown batches of chickens is by incubating them for around 100 degrees. Yeah. So if you bring them home and put them in the fridge, you're good. So what do they taste like? If the idea of eating a fertilized egg makes you squeamish, don't worry. Fertilized eggs taste the same as infertile ones. They look the same, save for the germ spot on the yolk. When unfertilized, the germinal spot is a small white dot, the presence of male cells that give a clear center and a white rim. The impact on flavor and texture is negligible. According to the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, quote, the proportion of these to the total egg is so small that it's impossible to detect chemical difference between fertile and infertile eggs. There aren't crazy, it's the health benefits or blah, whatever. There's no discernible nutritional difference. So my question, and for the same reason, the risk of contracting bird flu from fertile eggs is the same as any other egg, which is low. Health experts recommend fully cooking your eggs to minimize the spread of bacterial and viral particles that can cause foodborne illness from salmonella to H5N1. So, Evan, are you going to Trader Joe's tomorrow to get fertilized eggs to then make hatch chickens and keep them in your backyard?
God, if I had a backyard, I would probably have some chickens at this point.
I read that article. I was like, I could totally see Evan doing this.
Yeah, I would like to have some chickens. I have friends that have chickens that live too far away for me to meet up with them and steal their eggs.
I have a coworker who has ducks, and she was flush with duck eggs at one point, probably like 6 months ago, and I had, Christ, it was like 48 duck eggs.
Wow.
In my fridge at one point. I just had to start chucking them. Because at some point I was just like, I don't know what to do with them. And they still had the grossness around them. They hadn't been cleaned off.
Oh yeah.
Because everything I'd read is like, don't clean the grossness off until you're right about to eat them.
Oh.
So they just had mud and
Feathers and bird shit all over them.
Feathers and bird shit and duck shit and like whatever comes out of their cloaca. And yeah, so it's like
evil.
All right. But the duck eggs are delicious. They're like super rich tasting.
Yes.
And, you know, I made duck fried rice and, you know, all kind of shit.
That's one of the problems of our human society is our lack of any other kind of egg. We've got duck and we've got chicken, and you know, I'm not going to be eating quail eggs, not so much.
I was about to say quail eggs are easy, but they're small. You can get ostrich egg, but they're fucking the opposite end of the spectrum. And
Or if you could get like emu eggs.
They're big too.
Of course they are.
Aren't they green as well?
I don't know.
I think they are. I'm not sure.
But yeah, we need another sort of domestic fowl that we can harvest from. You get turkey eggs, maybe?
Yes, emu eggs are green. They're beautiful. Wow, they look fake. They look like dragon eggs. What did you say?
Turkeys.
Yeah. Why not turkey? Oh, I mean, you can get those at the farm.
I don't think I've ever seen a turkey egg. Now I want to see a turkey egg.
They're bigger. Let's see. Turkey eggs.
But the thing is, they get dry real easily.
With the turkey eggs?
You got to brine them.
Yeah. There's a thing here. Hold on. I want to see this infographic. There we go. I'll show you this. So it shows the kind of eggs that you can normally buy. We'll start from the left to right. So it's turkey, bigger, chicken. You know what a chicken egg is.
Yeah.
Turkey eggs, like 2 of those. Quail eggs, like a quarter of a chicken. Goose egg is a little bit bigger than a chicken egg. Pheasant egg, little bit bigger than a chicken. Pigeon's about the quail. And duck is, a little bit bigger than chicken.
Yeah, so, duck is kind of the closest, and duck and goose are like the closest.
There's definitely a flavor difference. I would say it's more, I don't know how to describe it. It's more eggy.
Sure.
Like, because ducks eat different things than chickens. So
and they're usually not raised in disgusting little cages.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because I remember buying, when we would go up and get rabbits and ducks at a farm up off of, I guess it was up 95 and off somewhere like off 795 and shit, all the way up there. They would have turkey eggs and they have duck eggs, and we'd always get the duck eggs. I think we might have gotten turkey eggs once. But even when we go to like our Christmas tree place, they have turkey eggs sometimes. So I guess it just depends on when you go and if they're about to harvest the turkeys and that kind of thing too. So yeah, I mean, alternative egg sources are not a bad idea this time. But they're always a little bit more expensive as well.
Yeah, but now that chicken eggs are on par with the rest of them, like, might as well. Fuck it.
Yeah, get fucking crazy. All right, second story. Nathan's Famous Hot Dogs wants to help you boil your Franks the 100% New York way.
Okay.
I'll give you a guess at this one. What do you think they're doing?
If I'm imagining a gadget, which it probably isn't, it's like a small canister where you load 1 or 2 hot dogs that has boiling liquid in it, and then you close the lid and just press a button and it insta-cooks your hot dogs.
I love that idea. Nathan's Famous, the iconic New York hot dog brand, wants to send you a taste of the city. Just not the way you think. On Thursday, the company announced that it's bringing, quote, the magic of New York tap water to selected states across the country. Because if you're going to boil a hot dog, why not try it the 100% New York way? End quote. The water, it added, is sourced directly from the state's most famous resource, which the New York City official website explains comes from one of 9 reservoirs and 3 controlled lakes spread throughout the 2,000 square mile watershed up around the Hudson Valley and Catskill Mountains.
Basically, this is just Nathan's bottled water, which is fine because Dasani, which is Coca-Cola's bottled water brand, is just Texas state municipal tap water. It's all, that's fine. Yep, tap water. There you go. At least they're being honest about it.
Canned New York's famous tap water.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, it's so stupid. This February has been colder than usual, and many dream of warmer days spent outside with friends and family. This is all quoted from their website. We wanted to bring a taste of summer to homes across the nation. If you can't, they're New York, right? If you can't fire up the grill, no, I'm not gonna do that. Nathan's Famous believes the next best option is to boil your hot dog. This is the brand manager.
I can boil it. That's fine. I don't need to grill it.
Boil it.
I don't like boiled hot dogs. They're all right.
They're good every now and then, but yeah, I'd rather pan fry them.
Yeah.
Or grill them.
Yeah.
They're doing that. It's silly. Simply boil them 3 to 6 minutes, and then there you go. 3 to 6 minutes of boiled hot dogs. 6-minute hot dogs. Jesus Christ.
What you really should do, since this is, this isn't just any tap water, and you can't just kind of literally pour it out of your faucet. People really should be retaining their Nathan's tap water to reuse it.
Oh, that's fucking gross.
Kind of like you do with frying oil. You gotta boil a couple of batches of hot dogs with this water.
Kind of like I did with the canned hot dog water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, when you finally boil more than 3 batches of hot dogs, figure out something else to do with it. Put it in a pizza dough. So
there is a catch. They're only giving it away. You got to win it. So you got to go to nathansfamous.com/NY tap water. They're selling it from today, which is 2/20, from the time of 2/20 today until 2/19 tomorrow, which would be 2/21/25. So, yeah. Beyond that, it's only open to people living in Alabama, Arizona, Colorado, Delaware, Florida, Indiana, Maryland, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Oregon, Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, Washington, D.C.
You said that. Wait, you said Washington. They're giving it away?
Yes.
Okay. Are you gonna get?
You gotta
it?
win. You gotta win it.
Okay. Well, are you gonna enter?
Okay. Well, I'll follow the link. I don't see anything for it.
You should be a brand ambassador.
I should be a brand ambassador. I honestly don't really like their hot dogs. I don't like all beef hot dogs. I don't see anything for it when they're. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Oh, now it's taking me to a goddamn Instagram page.
Oh, is it a comment in the comments? Tag someone in the comments and you could win some cans of water.
Sorry, this page isn't available. Thanks. All right. Well, your website sucks shit, Nathan's. You and your fucking dirty hot dog water. So, all right. And then last story of the day. And this is pretty weird. KFC is leaving Kentucky.
Okay.
In February, the fast food chain, formerly known as Kentucky Fried Chicken, announced it's doing the unthinkable, leaving Kentucky. At least its headquarters is. According to The Guardian, Yum Brands, KFC's parent company, told investors it plans to move approximately 100 employees from its current corporate headquarters in Louisiana, Kentucky to Plano, Texas. There it will join other Yum brand fast food chains, Pizza Hut and others. KFC that it was a strategic decision that would foster great collaboration among brands and employees. Also for all the tax cuts that Texas has, and that's why it's a fucking shithole that holds crazy people. So yeah, I'm not reading any more of this. Fucking Yum brand bullshit. Yeah, they're just leaving because that's what it's gonna do. They're probably getting a bunch of fucking tax write-offs.
Yum.
Yeah, Yum brand. So they touch on it. So while the company didn't explicitly state this, CBS and other outlets theorized that a secondary reason for the move could be the Lone Star State's business-friendly incentives, including its zero corporate tax rate and the elimination of personal income tax. Yeah, great. Make the fucking fucking country poorer, you pieces of shit. Glad I don't eat your fucking dirty chicken, expensive horseshit chicken. God damn it. Fucking Joe Rogan chicken motherfucker.
You should get a guest on the show that knows something about how all of these fast food restaurants are now like embracing the sameness. All the buildings are just these brown boxes.
Yeah, it's super weird.
They're really
right?
leaning into like drive-through only or mostly.
It really is. And there's only, there's, as you know, because you go to fast food places more than me, there's no people that serve you really. It's you go to a touch screen.
Oh, yeah.
And do the touch screen, and then they just bring a bag. And, if you interact with them, they have no fucking idea what's going on.
There's a McDonald's, the only McDonald's that's close to me, that the interior got that redesign, and it's the most depressing place I've ever sat in. It's really just depressing.
You just can't imagine a old lady smoking in the corner.
Or just an old guy reading the newspaper. The one in Catonsville, it is still a community center. It's still got warmth to it. It's still, got people who are taking your orders. This one is designed so that you interact with the person that hands your food, or maybe they don't hand your food and they just put it on the shelf. They have walled off the view of the kitchen area. So the register is basically just like a booth that the person comes out of the kitchen and stands at. The menus are all just flat panels.
Yeah,
it's awful. It's really depressing. And they basically like did live, laugh, love, but on the walls, and the walls are all subway tiling, and the words say like family or cheeseburger. It's just like, what the fuck is this wish.com version? It's terrible.
AI shit, man.
Yeah.
It's all impersonal robot stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deliberately.
Super weird.
Yeah.
Which makes me crazy when places like fucking Pauly G's goes out of like business, because that was a community place.
Yeah.
And it was big and people showed up and hung out. And yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, on that happy note, we're going to leave.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to the Rude Cooking School podcast.
Hold on, John. I got to show you this.
Yeah, sure.
It says, hold on, tasty pie.
Tasty pie?
Why does it say tasty
What's
pie at McDonald's?
That makes no sense.
No, it does not make sense.
They don't even sell apple pies anymore, right?
Even if they do, who cares? This one, I don't.
That makes no sense.
I'm gonna keep holding it up. Let me get it in front of me. Oh well, it says delicious burgers.
Okay, well that makes sense.
But it says it in like subway tile. It just looks like it was 3D printed in a laboratory. It looks so bad.
Yeah.
Tasty pie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna text you the booth, and you just give me a 1 moment reaction. It should be heading to you right now.
Okay.
We're looking at
there it is.
This is the inside of a McDonald's.
Oh my God.
It's all gray.
And it's all lines, like the French fries and the burgers, and the graphics are all lines. They look like really bad, like 1980s chart graph.
I don't know what they're going for here, but it looks so bad.
It looks like food you would get at a DMV.
Yes.
That's what it reminds
in
me
like dystopian Russia.
Yeah,
delicious burger, really, you like it.
Delicious burger, come eat you. Yeah, that's depressing.
It's very depressing.
Like everything's gray inside. Yep. All the tables and
so that's what they look like on the inside, and then the new buildings, the new construction, like McDonald's and stuff, that's what they look like on the outside too.
Oof.
Tasty pie.
That's sad. Tasty pie. Tasty pie is bananas. Ugh. Oh, speaking of bananas, real quick, we started making our dog's food because she just wasn't doing well with like just the food we were giving her, and it was causing her to have like stomach issues, and she was like getting fat and shit. And we started making her food. She's dropped like a zillion pounds. Also part of it was we put her on like some meds, and it kind of took her appetite away. So she was just like, I don't want to eat this kibble shit at all ever again. So now we're making, it's basically like rice and chicken and
bananas,
carrots and celery and kale, all the Instant Pot. Oh, and salmon. And you put it all in the Instant Pot and just make kind of like, overcook the shit out of all of it. And then
mush it up.
You mix it all together. Yeah.
But no tasty pie?
No tasty pie, but bananas. The other day we were at a kale and I was getting bananas and Leanna was like, well, we have all these fucking 8 zillion frozen bananas in our fridge from when the bananas go bad. So she put it in with it. And I was like, because normally it smells good, the food, because it's, normal food. It just smells like, except for maybe the fishy chickenness of it. But then it had like a banana smell. And I was like, all right, I got to try that. It wasn't bad. It was just super weird because it was like, fishy chicken
banana
stock.
gruel.
Yeah, with banana. There's a distinct flavor of banana.
So you could call it human chow.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally edible for us. But she loves it. Fucking, she's dropped weight. She looks good.
Well, yeah, form it into bricks and sell it on Shark Tank.
Yeah, I could. But yeah, it's an easy way to, and she fucking basically eats her damn bowl every night too. It's like, and it's making noise. I'm like, holy shit. Chill out.
She loves that tasty pie.
Yeah, it's good. Tasty pie. And I hope you like this tasty pie, listeners. Thanks for listening to the Rude Cooking School podcast.
You need to post
really
those
appreciate
photos
it.
to your Facebook.
I will. And to the Blue Sky. So you, as we just said, you can find us at Rude Cooking School, or at Rude on Blue Sky, or follow us on Facebook, just Rude Cooking School, and join the group. We still hell, world's going to hell in a handbasket, but that's still a fun place to go and be goofy and post goofy memes and ask cooking questions and be proud of the food you cooked and post it.
And talk about tasty
people
pie.
Compliment you on it. Yeah, Kara, friend of the show, Kara May, made a damn what is it, the Gordon Ramsay thing that's
tasty pie?
No, wrapped in
beef Wellington.
Beef Wellington, thank you, Jesus Christ. She made a beef Wellington that looked really, really good. And everybody was like, oh my God, I want pictures of it. She was like, I'll give you pictures when I cut it. And it was just really fun interacting with a bunch of people. So check us out there. Tell them where they can find you at, Evan.
My handle on all social media is at City That Breeds. We have a podcast that is on our website, citythatbreeds.com. You should listen to it. It's funny. I am not posting on social media. Otherwise, if you interact with me, it's going to be a one-off.
Great.
New episodes only, really, basically. And maybe
really personable.
Pictures of tasty pie.
Tasty pie pics.
Not actual pie. Letters on the wall.
Yes. So thanks for listening again. I will see you next week. Later on, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I'm John House III. Don't yuck my yum.
And do eat real life tasty pie.
Yes. Tasty pie is tasty.
Goodbye.